time I bought a whole pack, and that's what broke me of it, is he took every one of them out of it and gave her one. It was like a pack of 42 little small Reese's Pieces. Okay. Well, I got a little sniffles. I need to blow my nose on my shirt before we get on air. That's okay. I'll save to blow. I'll save to blow my nose. Well, okay. But let that glasses on, saying 3 o'clock morning. Do you think anybody knows I'm okay? I said no. You got sunglasses on. Pitch dark. Boy, okay.
Like it is right now at 5:30 at night?
Oh, I know, boy. That's what I was getting ready to say. I could actually blow my nose on the snot rag. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try to hold it.
Oh, well, why don't you try to hold my DVD?
Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. They're back.
They're back.
Oh, the gremlins are back.
Yes.
You can't get rid of them.
Oh, boy. Order, so
I'm so happy right now, boy.
So am I. Somebody ordered one.
Somebody
was like, hey, the link to your where you could buy your DVD disappeared. Do you know where I can get one? I go, first of all, it never disappeared. Here's the link. And they bought it immediately. Unlike the guy who was like, hey, why'd you stop releasing episodes of your podcast? I go, I have not stopped releasing episodes of my podcast.
I hate that.
Well, it hasn't showed up in my phone. No, maybe there's something wrong with your phone.
See, I hate that because they speak. It's like one person saying, well, I watched the game and the game wasn't no good. It's like they think they can speak for the whole masses. And they can't, Bullet. You know what I'm saying?
Tim Cook walks up to me and goes, hey, why haven't you stopped putting out podcasts? Then I'm going to go, well,
That's exactly right.
Maybe I haven't put out podcasts, CEO of Apple. Even though I know I have, I appreciate it. So
hey, I'll save this for the air. But the Batman episode last week's, but we got a few views on. I've been really trying to hustle now, and after 200 episodes, trying to care about our program. So I'm really sharing it a lot.
Other than the 100 people that we have.
Yeah. We've noticed. Yeah, it had like 113.
We noticed because it breaks our heart every time we check it views every week.
I love
that's all the people that see this.
I love going on there, boy. I love going on there and seeing the number click every time I go on there. I wasn't supposed to tell everybody that.
Oh, so you're the 100 views.
Oh yeah, I'm the 100 views.
So we really have one person that's you that's viewing this thing.
That's okay, but I love it, Bullet. Really, really, it makes my week. But anyway, we'll save all that.
Yeah, why we give this?
We'll save all that for TV show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dad Who Dork You Wrestle.
Okay.
You hear the claps. You know what time it is, George. How was your weekend?
Well, I'm running out of hands. Anyway, look, folks, I have it. It has arrived. Just in time.
It's always been available. To let you know, even though it hasn't been on the show, it didn't disappear, and the link to go buy it has not disappeared.
No. Just in time for the Thanksgiving Christmas rush. We got them in stock, folks. Bullet, thank you so much for that great introduction. I want to thank Michael Keaton for stepping in for me last week when I couldn't be here. So Michael Keaton, he did a great job. I got a lot of feedback, 2 feedbacks, and they loved it. Okay, they loved it. They loved the bandana, still on the mask. So I want to thank Michael Keaton for stepping in.
And also, we did the last episode just like Birdman with Michael Keaton, all in one take, no cuts. Just to let you know. So if you were curious about that, you could pick up on the camera work that we did last episode.
Bullet, thank you so much, Bullet. Again, thank everybody. What an unbelievable weekend for me personally, Bullet. I kept up with it a little bit on Facebook. I did 3 unbelievable. I about died in the process, and I'll think before I do it again. I just wanted to challenge myself, could I do 3 different shows all on the same day, and 2 of those, 2 separate ring rentals, and literally 3 parts of the country. Bullet, I pulled it off. I still don't know how it was done.
Somebody asked me what you were doing on Saturday, and I was just like, well, he's taking over the wrestling.
Buddy, let me tell you something, Bullet. And I did sleep. I grabbed Goofy, Little Stinger, Jesse, that just grabbed him off the street and threw him in the back of the truck.
Oh, man, that was desperate times.
Desperate. And it did. It did. I had to go buy ROs and through all that because he's addicted to ROs. I didn't buy it. He bought his own, but still I got him there. But anyway, that morning, 9 a.m., set 1 ring up. Of course, Scrappy and Paul Fuller, our boys from Kings Mountain, helped me. And then, of course, left there, came to the Unknown Brewery. I don't know if you've ever done anything there. But,
I'm aware, yes.
Well, unbelievable. I mean, I know it's called brewery, but you don't think, or I didn't think, that it's actually a brewery. Yeah. But you walk in, it is a brewery. I mean, they're brewing the beer. Very deja vu-ish for me back in the day, high school days, Trans Am. You know that smell, Bullet, that's just, it's not puke, but it's not cologne either. It's just like in the middle.
That beer smell.
Oh yeah, you know that kind of beer smell that's on the.
It kind of perks me up every time I walk in. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, but boy, unbelievable. Set the ring up there. Of course, then from there, I rushed all the way to Kinston, North Carolina, which is completely. I don't even think it's in North Carolina. But anyway, there made it in time. To tag with John Schuyler for the first time, okay? And we worked Dave Dawson and this other kid. Boy, it's so easy. Oh my goodness, boy, it's just the relief. And I know you understand this because I know times have changed, okay? But the relief of me to be able to put my boots on right after I sell a book at my table and go straight to the ring is the most rewarding feeling for me, knowing that it would just work. Boy, it just worked. You would have been very proud of my comedic timing on the microphone that night. Literally, I took my jacket off finally because I felt sorry for the people yelling at me.
I did a little Jack delaying myself down in Nahunta, Georgia for Big Time Wrestling. A little bit of that, you know, and I started dragging it on, and like it is tough. It's tough to keep that up. And I was like, oh, this is getting a little too far. I don't know if I have the commitment that George has to pull this all off, but I did just enough.
Oh, I love it.
But I feel like if I go on any longer, this is an expert level of teasing taking my jacket off.
And boy, people don't really, they think we're just like, okay, George, you're just being lazy. There is an art form to doing that.
Certainly an art form. And you have to commit to it. And, and there's a moment in time where you're like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And you have to plow through that uncomfortableness.
Yes.
And you have to plow through all that. And sometimes if you don't have a good opponent, that's easy to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes if you don't, you want to push through this whole thing and get it over with.
And folks, listen to me. We're being serious. The hardest thing is the guy that you're going to wrestle that night has to do his part. He can't be crowding you. He can't. I've had him come over and like try to jerk the jacket off for me, which completely kills. If I wanted the jacket off, I'd have took it off a long time ago. So anyway, glad to see, Bullet, that you are keeping that alive. Anyway, I do want to give a shout out, as much as I hate to, for our doy, Jimmy Jack Funk. He was on the show there at the brewery, and I just texted him and said, I don't care what happens. When this thing's over, just grab some people. I left my trailer there, which was very helpful to me, while I was in Kingston doing my comedian routine. And I said, just grab some people, throw the ring on the trailer, and get it out the door. And then I'll come back. But listen to me. First time ever I've been downtown Charlotte at like 4 a.m. in the morning. What a happening place. Especially when you drive downtown Charlotte with a ring trailer. Well, people are like high-fiving me. Man, it was unbelievable. I didn't know. Seriously, I'm not being stupid here. I thought Charlotte shut down. Charlotte don't shut down, Bullet. It was, man, there was limousines. There was, Bullet. It was cool, actually. Very Las Vegas-ish there for a moment. But anyway, so I pulled in 4 a.m. in the morning, Bullet. The doy, now I don't know if all the parts are there yet, because after getting back home and dropping the trailer, I could care less. But it was on the trailer. Doy actually threw a bungee over it for me, so I hooked it up 4 a.m. in the morning, Bullet, and drove through Charlotte. Just taking my time, sightseeing. The party's going on. I'm driving with a ring trailer, bouncing, turnbuckles sparkling up, you know, on the ground, Bullet, as I'm going through. But it was just cool. It was just cool to see Charlotte's a happening place at 5 a.m.
I know. That's about what time I got back from Georgia, and I didn't do a third of what you did. So, like. But,
Bullet, listen, seriously, and I'm still hearing some updates and stuff coming in from the different shows. There were so many shows this weekend, it was nuts. But and two of our guys that had their students
and part of the reason that I was at this show is because my other show got canceled. So there's shows that were supposed to happen.
That's exactly
on top of these shows.
But I do, and I'll be hearing some more feedback. Two of our students here at Georgia South Wrestling School, High Spots Rings, actually went and had their first debut match. So I'm anxious to see here. I already heard a few things I'm going to yell about tonight. But anyway, besides all that, just a great weekend is what I'm saying. This coming weekend, Bullet, of course, 2 dates, no ring rentals, very easy for me. Bullet, I will be going to Shelby on Saturday with Rock and Roll Express, and then Friday, Hickory, North Carolina, Rock and Roll Express, 2 dates. Okay. So pretty excited about that. But I do want to give a quick shout out, Bullet. Very proud moment here as a dad. Everybody knows my twins, Bullet, Scarlett. But just because they couldn't find a middle school basketball coach for the 7th grade, she took it on herself. Now, she's always played ball, but she's never coached, okay? So there was a very fine line between Tom Landry or Bobby Knight, okay? Very fine line-ish there, okay? So, anyway.
The old man in the hat
yes.
and the crazy guy in the sweater that throws the chair.
I'm telling you, there's no medium with her, okay? So, anyway, her first game last night, and now she's took over some girls. Some of them's never played ball, some of them have. But I was so proud of her because me, I don't think I'd have just took a team. I'd have had to, like, trade deadlines and trade. I'd have had to get, like, you know, I had to get, like, Dr. J or somebody like that. I had to make sure I had one player. She didn't know anybody. So, anyway. She had 2 weeks of practice.
The opposite of Ty Lue. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, exactly.
Doing what LeBron does. Bring in the buddies, ship them out. You get some kid mouthing off, ship them off to Boston, get somebody in return.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Hey, and all I was worried about, instead of her throwing the powder up, she's going to throw it at somebody. So anyway, Bullet, less than a week and a half of training. Her first game was last night. Bullet, I had promised her already. I had to sign an agreement with her that I wouldn't act like an idiot in the crowd. Okay.
You wouldn't be Mark Cuban.
No.
You wouldn't be her Mark Cuban.
No. Oh, Bullet. Oh, I love that. So anyway.
And you wouldn't Charles Oakley either. You know.
Bullet. But listen, man, has ball changed since we were young men. Bullet. First of all, this is a very bad mistake on the part of the school, and I tried to share it with the principal, but he told me to shut up. Bullet. The game is starting as they're dismissing kids to go home. So you're talking about a mess. I mean, there's a line. You got to pick your kids up. The game started at 4. Well, kids don't get out of school at 4:30. Can you imagine a lot of money lost? A lot of fans, Bullet, turned around because they couldn't wait in line for the kids.
What is this? Is this
like awful?
Is this like the high school in Teen Wolf?
Oh,
or school was in session when they were playing the basketball games?
Just like that.
Like, seriously.
Luckily for me, that I very breaking the rule-ish. So I dropped the car down in like second and went like over a little curve a little bit, and then I went through a couple little weeds, and then I ended up where the bus is parked. Okay, which was just straight on to the gym. So a lot of parents did not do that. I didn't know what was going to happen. Anyway, I got to go right in, okay? But very bad planning is what I'm saying. You can't be dismissing all these kids when we're trying to get in. Anyway, so I go in the gym, only one there, Bullet. Right away, I didn't know which side because we're playing away is what I'm getting at. I don't got to hurry here. But I go in, Bullet, and the gym's here. Empty gymnasium, no ring, of course, but both sides of the bleachers. I'm debating, oh my God, which side? But very pressure-ish. Which side do I go on? I got to go on, you saw Hill Bay face. I got to go on my daughter. If she comes out of the tunnel and sees me on the opposite side, oh, that wouldn't be good. So anyway, thank the good Lord, Bullet. A few people start trickling in, and they all went to this side. So I'm thinking, okay, they must be home folks. So I go over here on the side. I'm the only person sitting in the bench.
Just like Teen Wolf.
Just like I'm telling you, Bullet. Just
like
Teen
Styles was in Teen Wolf.
Yeah, but listen to me. So here she comes, most proudest moment, I think, as a dad, when she's leading the girls. Very intimidating, Bullet. When she's leading the girls out of that tunnel, very Tom Landry-ish. That's all I'm saying.
Or very female Greg Popovich.
Oh, I love that, boy. Yeah. So anyway, she's over with me before the whistle blows. I mean, I love my daughter. I mean, just the nerve, the excitement of taking on that position when nobody else would do it. So anyway, but I
got the dry erase clipboard.
Bullet. A little whistle.
Coming down
here, God! Look, I almost gave her this, but I didn't. Okay, she said no, thank you. Okay, but anyway, Bullet, listen. But I know there's a game has to be played. Okay. There's beauty, there's dad, there's daughters, there's girls sweating, there's playing. There's got to be a game. There has to be a game, okay? A big reason because they charged me $4 to get in. I was real hot over that. I said, do I get a program? The lady said, what do you mean a program? The stupid old teacher didn't even know what a program was. But anyway, so, Bull, listen to me. The game started. Very similar to when the NWA Wrestlers played the police department in Charlotte. Worst game in history. That's all I'm saying. Nobody could score nothing, okay? But, Bullet, finally, my daughter called a timeout. Very emotional for me, Bullet, because I'm like, I eased down to where I'm like right behind the bench. So I'm hearing my little girl, Scarlett, Coach, most proudest moment, Bullet, most proudest moment. Anyway, so.
Slicked her hair back like Pat Riley.
Bullet. Oh, she had a little ponytail. She's jacked up because she's on the juice. I mean, it was great. But anyway, Bullet,
philosophizing like Phil Jackson.
Exactly.
Put a suit jacket on.
Oh, Bullet.
Get the triangle.
Oh, she's doing all that. Bullet, listen to
me.
And then something happened. You talking about if you gave the movie Rudy, if you gave Rudy a basketball, this is what took place.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying, Bullet? Proudest moment of my life, those girls, I don't know what my daughter said to them in that little huddle at halftime. Bullet, I thought the Harlem Globetrotters didn't come out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unbelievable. Not just throwing it up and hoping it would go in, but Bullet, they're doing like four corner. One young girl held her fingers up like four corners. I don't even know. I just remember Carolina doing it back when I was a kid. So I stand up yelling, there's still like 12 minutes. We can't go into four corners, which was a stalling process. It's their version of keeping the jacket on, okay? I'm saying, 12 minutes, you can't go into four corners for 12 minutes left in the game. But all it took is for Scarlett to turn around and look at me. I sit right down and shut up, okay? But anyway, coolest moment of the night, and I know we got to move on.
Sit down, Mark Cuban, I got this.
Oh, yeah, sit down, Mark, we got this. But coolest moment, as they started scoring and really doing good, I was clapping, and another mom, kind of attractive mom. I was looking to see if she had a husband. Anyway, she said, well, which one of those is yours? Because I was very excited. And it was a very special moment. I said, the coach. Oh, it's cool, boy. You know what I'm just saying? I almost heard a drum roll right there. But she said, which one's yours? I said, the coach. And she looked at me like I was nuts. But, very special moment. They won their first game. I was ready to cut the net. You know what I'm saying? I ran out on the field. I was like Johnny V. I was like Jimmy V. For state.
You run.
I was just trying to look for somebody to hug. Nobody would hug me, Bullet, okay? The other kids are running from me, okay? But anyway, what a special moment, Bullet. I'm so glad that, I know it's just goofy middle school ball. And of course, I'll probably have to miss the rest of our games because I'm on the road. But anyway, that night, last night, Bullet.
Business as usual then, I guess.
Oh, yeah. She'll go back to hating me, okay? And she'll go back to writing her book about Mama Dearest, where, you know, that actor, her kids buried her. After she already died, her kids buried her in their book.
Instead of second nature, it's fourth nature.
Oh, yeah, fourth nature. Oh, exactly.
Exactly.
Instead of George South 30 by 30, it's going to be like George South 5 second to 5 second. I mean, that's all my kids are going to give you is 5
by
seconds.
5.
Yeah,
5 for 5.
5 by 5. They ain't even gave 4 by 4 like Wendy's.
Yeah.
That's what my daughters ain't going to give you more than 4 minutes. But anyway, they won. Very exciting. And of course, I'm still dad. Scarlett's getting some high fives from the team. I was very impressed that the team still goes say good luck. You know, they still do that. I didn't know if they cut that all out. But anyway, so very special moment. I'm standing there, Bullet, all by myself. Okay, I didn't think my daughter would even acknowledge Dad in front of people because everybody's kind of congratulating her. They ready to give her that big old brass ball thing, NBA championship thing, but that'll come later.
LeBron's about ready to hire her just to motivate the team.
LeBron's fixing. Her phone's going off. You see what I'm saying?
LeBron's ready to get rid of Ty Lue, bring her in, motivate the team, turn it around.
I'm telling you right now, they are just like Air Spud, that movie. Remember the dog that played ball? He's even calling. They're all trying to book her. But anyway, so I waited. I was just gonna throw my hand up, walk out into the darkness as a dad, alone and miserable, like I normally do. But Scarlett came over to me, Bullet, very emotional. All you dads, if you ain't spoke to your kids in a while, take it from me. You need to make up to them, okay? Because I'm telling you, they'll be taking care of you when you can't bump no more. That's the secret. But anyway, Bullet, very special moment. We hugged.
Ask Rick.
So we hugged. That was a good boy. So we hugged. Very special moment. And we both, she went her way with the team on the bus. And, of course, I went out into the darkness alone, miserable like I was, but with a hug from my daughter. So I just want to encourage people. Now, anyways, they got a long season ahead of them, but that was a very special moment for me. Bullet. So no, I said all that here before we even do our show is so when her book comes out, if she has something else to say about this, about how I probably didn't show up at the game and she was waiting on me like at the altar, you know, I went to do some show at some flea market for a $20 ring rental.
Okay.
You speak up because you know the truth.
Okay. Well, I've got the video evidence.
You got the video evidence.
Okay.
Okay. You play it.
So this wasn't about fatherly love. This is just about covering your bases.
Oh yes, I got to start doing that. Boy, that's all. I got to start doing that. So when their book comes out, they're not going to make a dime because we're going to have all this footage of me rebuttaling
how much you love your daughter.
Yeah.
And they do the 4x4 on you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it'll be showed, and then mine comes on to rebuttal all the dogging that they said about me. Okay, so anyway, glad to clear all that up. Thank you for being part of that. So much going on, boy. I know you got some big things going on. Of course, you survived the big time wrestling show.
Yes,
I hope. Sure. Did you have help? I thought about that.
I had two guys. Zane Riley canceled on me as usual. That's okay. I had Ian Maxwell and Elijah Proctor there, so they were good to go. Good hands right there. Helped me drive on the way back. We got back, no problem.
Oh, good,
So,
very good.
Very easy in and out.
And can I break the news here? Of course, you tweeted about you a little bit today about the invite that you got.
I just got accepted into my first ever comedy festival, the North Carolina Comedy Festival, taking place February 19th through the 24th, up around Greensboro, the Triad area, around Idiot Box. Shasir Zameda from Saturday Night Live will be there.
Yes,
Eddie Pepitone, Miss Pat, Todd Glass is also one of the headliners. So it's going to be big names.
When I read the poster that and I recognize a couple of the names, it's big. I mean, seriously, for me, being the comedian genius that I am, always looking for comedians out there. I'm very proud of you, Bullet. Very proud of you. I think of my daughter when I think about you is y'all's nerve ratio is just unbelievable. I mean, they cannot tell you no. They cannot. I mean, I'm just and I'm not being goofy.
Well, a lot of comedy festivals have been telling me no. This is the one that finally said yes.
Well, so. what's impressive, Bullet, is you took that step. I mean, I will always say this: going out there at the Comedy Zone with that microphone, whether you bomb or not, Bullet, or succeed. It's that process. It's just like Scarlett going out on that field. Honestly, I'm glad they won so I could rub it in those other parents' face. But it wasn't about the victory. It was about Scarlett doing something that she's never done, Bullet, and I just love that. Anyway, so with all that being said, not that we're jumping into the idiot bag when we leave my daughter, but Idiot of the Week. Bullet, in all the episodes we have done, okay, in all the episodes we have done, I know it's going to be a long show, Bullet. People are going to get tired of us. So, two things I want to mention real quick.
Yeah,
Bullet.
we haven't hit the 40-minute mark yet.
Oh, no.
We may be close today. We may be close today.
Before the Idiot of the Week, everybody has been writing, well, one person wrote, and asked, was there any movies that I even like? Because, I hate movies. Bullet, listen to me. You got to see this. Oh, my gosh. You miss Bullet, Popcorn. Bullet, listen to me. It's actually a couple years old, but WWE Studios did it. Bullet, it's called Nobody Lives. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Bullet, listen to me. I didn't know a thing about this movie. I didn't even know that Brodus Clay, WWE superstar, was actually in this. I just got it because it was 25-cent rental. Okay? So, anyway.
Like most of the rentals you get. That's probably why a lot of people haven't heard some of these movies.
Bullet, you think I'm being goofy here? I don't want to give this away too much, but Bullet, listen to me. Dark Journey, you got to listen to this movie.
Go right ahead.
Nobody lives. So, listen. WWE Studios. It starts off, Bullet. Okay, I don't know nothing about this movie. I don't.
Other than Nobody Lives.
Nobody lives. But listen to me, Bullet. The WWF logo comes on, but listen to me. The movie starts out, here's the guy, and allegedly you think it's his wife. Listen to me. They're sitting in a little diner, okay, just won't be left alone. Guess what? Here comes these four roughnecks in, and Brodus Clay's one of the roughnecks, okay? Now, in my mind, I'm thinking they're probably going to come over here and bother because this guy's supposedly wife is pretty tough looking, okay? And it's like out in the middle of nowhere, okay? They just want to be left alone. So, one of the hints, Brodus Clay doesn't do this, but one of his men come over and let me buy her a drink. You know that famous stupid line? But listen to me. So her allegedly husband, listen, Bullet, he reaches up for the fork, okay? But she says, and they give each other office with the eyes. So he puts the fork down. So anyway, so this heel is running his mouth. He's flirting with this guy's wife, whatever. Listen to me, Bullet. He's really obnoxious. Okay, very wrestlerish. But anyway, so his buddies, Brodus Clay, them come over and grab him and say, excuse us, he's had a little too much to drink, we're going to leave. Listen to this. So, y'all thinking, oh man, no fighting. But listen to this, Dark Journey, it's going to work. This is the end of the movie. So, they leave, they pay their ticket, they pay their tab from the little old diner or whatever. So, late at night, he's driving, and they got a little old trailer on the back like us, okay? His allegedly wife's over here. She, very attractive, late at night. All of a sudden, but listen to me, guess who shows up out of the dark? Brodus Clay and his gang. Okay, listen to me. Now here is the curve that nobody will go rent it now because I'm gonna tell them. So they naturally, the drunk one, he can't let the good-looking family get the last word. So anyway, so he runs them off the road. They trash the ring trailer and everything, Bullet. Okay. So listen to this now. So they beat the crap out of the man, in other words, so listen to this, Bullet. So they steal the car. So here you're thinking, okay, the greatest revenge movie in all, the Bayface, he's going to find his wife. They took his wife, is what I'm saying, okay? So he's laid out in the woods, but listen to this, Bullet. The curve of all curve, Dark Journey. So they steal the guy's car. So they pull it back to their little camp, and they're stripping it. Listen to this, Bullet. So they're looking at the trunk, and they're throwing out all the guy's ring gear, all of his gimmicks, his CM Punk, iPods, everything. But listen to this bullet. All of a sudden, Dark Journey, the scariest thing ever in the history. This will probably be the most rented movie ever after this. As the one big roughneck is pulling out the back seat, all of a sudden, there's two eyes. Two eyes looking at him. Listen, here is the curve of all curves. Bullet. He was not the husband. He was the serial killer. Oh, people, everybody just sit down on their couch. Listen to this, Dark Journey. Don't it make you want to see it?
Yes.
The guy that they beat up had kidnapped this girl. That wasn't his wife.
So we got a double kidnapping.
Oh, double kidnapping.
They
They beat the crap out of the serial killer, okay? So guess what the rest of this movie's about? The greatest comeback, torture, revenge, psychopath killings that you've ever seen on a video. Because listen, the greatest scene in the movie, then I know we got to move on. So they're in this house.
So they're running from the serial killer.
Oh, yeah, they're running. But
everybody,
listen,
the good people, bad people.
But Brutus Clay and all his people are in the house with the kidnapped woman. And she looks up and she said, y'all better run. And here's Brutus Clay, you know, he's huge, got all of his henchmen. And he said, what do you mean? There's 6 of us. What do you mean we got to run? She said, I'm telling you right now, y'all better run because he's going to kill every one of you. Bullet, Dark Journey, greatest movie, Academy Awards is what I'm talking about. Okay? And it's all wrestling related, so our fans can't complain. The greatest scene is he kills, this serial killer kills even Brutus Clay. Bullet, listen to me. I got to put my hands down. This is the greatest high spot in all of wrestling. Listen to me. In all the movies, this is Mike Lee. Never before done, Dark Journey. He kills Brutus Clay. Okay? He does. Brutus Clay don't even get a punch in. He kills Brutus Clay.
They killed Brutus Clay like WWE Creative did with his career.
Yes, exactly. Same storyline. They killed him. Killed him off. But listen to this, Bullet.
Did they just like, here's a tracksuit and dance?
Oh, yeah. Then they killed him.
That's
this, Dark Journey. I know we got to get off here, but listen. But his friends can't leave Brutus Clay laying out in the woods. No. So they throw him in the back of a van. Okay? They got to just keep the body till they can bury him.
Now, does the van say Impact Wrestling on the side?
No.
Okay,
it used to, but they took it off.
Now it's Global Force.
Yeah, there's just a few.
Now it's back to Impact. Now it's back to Global.
Matter of fact, they took the stickers off so much it says Impact Force.
Okay.
Okay? But listen to this. So they're driving. The greatest scene in all of movies. Listen to me. So they're driving the van.
Happened for about 40 minutes.
It's pitch dark, Bullet. Listen to me. All of a sudden, Dark Journey, listen to me. Brutus Clay's body is in a sack. Listen to me, Bullet.
That's a big sack.
A big sack. But listen to me. All of a sudden, Dark Journey, Brutus Clay's body sits up. Now, your first thing, being a great movie buff like me, you're thinking Brutus Clay's alive. No. This serial killer, T-Rex, listen to this. This serial killer had gutted Brutus Clay's body, and he's inside Brutus Clay's body. Do you understand what I'm telling you? The greatest high spot in all movies, they're trying, the Brutus Clay sits up, brother pulls Brutus Clay's body off of him, he's covered in juice, got juice real heavy, okay? Very Dick Murdoch-ish against Ted DiBiase when he got DDT'd on the floor. But anyway, so the whole rest of this movie is the serial killer who they thought they pushed around in the diner, the most inventive ways of killing people that I've ever seen. This guy does. So, anyway, greatest movie ever, called Nobody Lives. But it ends, Bullet, listen, the runaway wife that wasn't a wife that got kidnapped, she finally makes it to the hospital. So, Bullet, the movie ends. Finally, a movie ends the way it should. Bullet, they're pushing her through the hospital door, and guess who? Guess who bends over to check on her?
Serial killer.
The serial killer. Oh, you not seen it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just know storytelling.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Bullet. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Dang, I was going to say Bullet doesn't seen it. But anyway, it ended. And I'm happy with that ending. Okay? Very happy. Bullet, greatest thing I've ever seen. Okay? Just the fact that these hoodlums thought that they pushed the guy around, okay, and stole his wife, and they're going to get the last laugh. But then they become the underneath guys. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Quick story, real quick. Bullet, normally when we throw somebody in the idiot bag, it doesn't affect me personally, Bullet, because I hate everybody.
Other than make you super happy.
Oh, but listen to this, and this is going to be quick, and I hope it just stops because he didn't mean nothing by it, but me and you have made comments here about Tony Romo and how much fun he has to have. Yeah. He just has fun. Well, a couple nights ago, I love Tony Romo. He just has fun. He was commentating the game. I don't know if you've seen any of this, but I hope it dies down.
I've heard all this, yes.
But anyway, and one guy didn't make a tackle, so Tony Romo, who's I think has a great, he just wants to have fun, Bull. He makes a comment that guy tackled like Deion Sanders.
Which is a joke that multiple announcers have
made
for years.
That ain't the first time.
It all comes from a comment that Deion made years ago, where he says, "I don't tackle people because I got an industry I got to protect, which is my body."
He says it's a business decision.
It's a business.
Deion says it's a business decision on whether I tackle. But anyway,
because Deion said it, so therefore he
takes
the crap for it. But he doesn't care. He's a Hall of Famer either way.
And what I'm saying, so
who cares what Tony Romo says?
I know. I mean, oh my gosh. So anyway, Deion.
It's a joke about you. It's a joke about you not taking your jacket off.
Oh, it's same. Bullet.
Same thing.
So
Deion doesn't tackle. George doesn't take his jacket off.
Exactly. That doesn't. But of course, Deion, he says.
You're still cashing checks.
No, no. But see, Deion says, I was going to take the high road on this, but I don't have the address. So I got to say something. I mean, God. So then he gets on Tony Romo about throwing the interceptions, okay? And so it's got ugly. It's really got ugly. And I hope it just. And of course, Romo's came back and said, listen, I didn't mean anything. Where the heck did he come from? Mike Lee? Anyway, okay. But listen to me, boy. But I really believe Tony Romo didn't mean anything by that. But here's my question to you. I hate that. It's going to kill me, Bullet. It's going to kill me. I'm going to go home and watch Nobody Lives again just to uplift me. But I'm
because it is an uplifting movie.
Until Deion. Now, Tony Romo has apologized. He just said he didn't mean anything by it. He's just having to. But they shared a lot. You know, they were anyway. So, Deion, you got a chance. I know you're fast. And you got a chance to get out of it. But I'm going to put Deion in it.
Oh.
I know. But times is tough here on the air, okay? So, but he's not going down here. Deion's halfway. There's levels in the idiot bag. So, Deion's right here, okay? He's not all the way down yet, okay? So, I'm hoping this week.
And if you wouldn't have played for the 49ers and the Redskins.
And the Redskins and the Ravens. Brother got like 18 jerseys. I know. He's got more.
But more notably, the Redskins, an in-conference rival, and the 49ers, a bitter rival.
Listen, Deion's got more jerseys than Tim Tebow. I'm just telling you right now.
Well, be careful. He may come for you now.
But listen. So,
you might have to turn your hat around backwards and go, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
But let me ask you something, Bullet. Being here between two comedian minds, what the heck is everybody shaking Mike Lee's hand? He's been here for like 20 years. Everybody's shaking his hand. Anyway, Mike Lee, I knows everything. But anyway, my question to you as we go off the air here, Bullet, so people won't think they just slept through 2 weeks and 2 episodes back to back, is as one comedian mind to another, how honestly, is it okay? Yeah. No, not just that, but is there anything, and I know me and you, nothing, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to ask you?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's perfectly okay for Tony Romo to make that joke.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me tell you why. Because Deion Sanders is a Hall of Fame cornerback. One of the best cover guys of all time. Everybody knows it. You can't deny it.
Yes.
One of the best football players to ever play the game.
Exactly.
And Deion made the comment that he doesn't tackle people.
Yeah.
And people have made fun of him for years, for decades about it.
Right.
And it has not held him back or stopped anything. Or
it hasn't hurt him at all.
Hasn't hurt him whatsoever. And so what? Who cares? Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
And Tony, he's on air. He's required to be on air for 3 hours. He's got to fill that time with whatever. And a light joke that he doesn't really mean, it's going to happen. He'll probably cut jokes about T.O. or whoever. And, you don't have to give respect to anybody. Like brothers can make jokes about stuff. You should hear the stuff I say about Caleb Conley to his face. So what?
And that's a good point, Bullet, because the game was very boring. Because I'd even made a comment earlier about this was supposed to be a big barn burner. And it wasn't.
Just got to liven it up.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And it does. I thank you for that, Bullet, because I know you'd have been honest, and I wanted to hear your side of it, because it doesn't affect what Deion's done. He's still one of the greatest of all ever.
And the fact that Roman's like, hey, sorry, I just made a joke.
I know.
Didn't mean it. I'm going to turn my hat around
but
backwards.
I don't ever want
to.
I guess what I'm saying, Bullet, before we go off the air here is, me and you are never going, you know what I'm saying? We'll never be that way. I mean, we've ate pork and beans together, and we hadn't ate the good stuff. We ain't ate no good food together.
Yeah, we haven't eaten. We haven't eaten with kings and queens.
No, we ain't ate kings and queens, but we ate plenty of pork and beans.
But I've definitely made fun of you tons of times.
Oh yes, but I love it.
Which is the same thing. It's the same joke.
But I love it. Seriously, I love it because I always want to be on your mind anyway. That's all I want to do. Should always want, and anyway. So with all that being said, Bullet, listen, folks, listen to me. what you can talk about all you want to. You can dog it. You can even say it. Don't tackle anybody. But as long as you, it's kind of corny, but as long as you. Oh no, I got a better one.
Okay.
When you have stole somebody's car. Oh boy, this is good. Oh, I think I put the brakes on. When you stole somebody's car, ran them off the road, kidnapped the brother's supposedly wife, and you're throwing all the stuff out of the trunk, and you find this, don't throw it away.
It's the second greatest book of all time, which is always on my mind, much like the company I work for, HighSpots.com, because I'm required to say that in front of a camera. If you want to know more about what I'm doing this weekend, especially all the comedy shows and all that stuff that's going on, make sure you follow me on Twitter, @ManScoutManning, or on Instagram, @ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Man, dang, Bullet. Man, I'm telling you. We're going to do 2 hours now, I think, Mike Lee. Thank you for clearing all that up for me.
How can we sustain this level of entertainment?
We got to take this. Hey, listen, Mike Lee. You think leaving a jacket on is hard? You just try to hold people's attention for 2 hours here. Besides me. I mean, sit beside me, for heaven's sake.